Hi, everyone. It's Miss Celeste here, and I am your ECE instructor for this wonderful course, ECE 102. We are now in week 4, part 15 in our course. So we are towards the end of our videos and our course overall. And today I'm just going to talk a little bit about the teacher's role in more detail pertaining to the curriculum and some, suggestions of how you can support the curriculum ongoing and just some great insight there. But first, before we get started, I do just want to make sure that we are coming along on our assignments that are due Sunday, making sure that that guide um, is coming along. And please reach out if you have any questions with the guide, all the specific details and areas. Because again, some of the areas you would have done already. So you are not completing every single part of that book this week. But that essentially is the main focus this week as to why I took out some of the other areas, such as our discussion thread and replies, etc. So because I really want you to focus on that assignment piece. And also make sure we're doing our journal, which is due Saturday. Um, and then our 45 hours of teaching practice is due as well on Sunday. And then just being mindful that you have already prepared your reflection PowerPoint last week. So we will be sharing those next week in our last live session. I will specifically have details of that in Canvas on the day and time, so you can find that information there. All right, so we are going to get started. So understanding the teacher's role in the curriculum and lesson plan design it is very, very essential. So the teacher plays a vital role in how lessons are delivered and how well children will learn the new material. Teachers not only help children, but also parents and the school community. So the teacher's role specifically in the lesson planning and also giving the lesson to children is very, very important on how you deliver the information, how that child receives the information. So there's many areas to um, providing that lesson. So it's not just providing a lesson and that's it. There's many layers to it, and so it's important that we, as teachers, understand those layers, so then we can then explain that to others, especially the parents specifically. And also, we have a big role in how we help parents and the school as a whole, because the parents and the school look, to us for some, resource and feedback, and so it's important that we can relay that to parents and the school community. Um, so, without a doubt, the most important person in the curriculum implementation process is the teacher. So, how you are viewing the curriculum, creating a plan on your lessons, and then delivering the information is solely up to you and how you do that. So, your knowledge, experience really plays a big role on how that you are delivering that information. Um, it's important that teachers support better learning outcomes because they're most knowledgeable about the practice of teaching and are responsible for introducing the curriculum in the classroom. So essentially we are the leaders of that ship, and so we have to continue to increase our knowledge, increase our understanding in many areas, as we meet different children, experiment with different areas, collaborate with other teachers, just to really find what best supports children. And I cannot encourage that enough. The role that you play can definitely have its challenges, right? The teacher's involvement in the curriculum development process is essential in meeting the needs of society. The process of curriculum development requires teachers to act and reflect on society's needs at each stage of the developmental process. Professional development of teachers is an important factor uh, overall. I feel we should continue to provide those professional development opportunities within our school, and I wish that more schools offered that, because again, teaching is an ongoing learning process. So those professional development classes or webinars or opportunities are essential to our success, right? Overall. Um, so we should also think about what teachers really need, what educational programs they need. So if you are that teacher that does not have that support, say within your school, I definitely would bring that conversation up with the leadership and really try to empower them to have those opportunities of learning. And if that's something that just a video, I mean, again, there's so many options out there, so many YouTube videos on previous webinars on specific areas that you can seek, suggestions and support in. So they're out there. It's just a matter of finding them. And if you need any support after this course, I just want to lend my support to you, and you're more than welcome to email me and ask me questions about specific areas, and I'm more than happy to send you some insight on those areas. So I don't want our learning to stop here. Curriculum development success. So this is just kind of telling you, I just want to go over some greatness that comes with curriculum development when it's done well, right? The teacher may need to create a lesson plan and syllabus or syllabi within the framework of the given curriculum, since the teacher's responsibilities are to implement the curriculum to meet the student needs. So you are a big part of that curriculum development, as much as some of you may not think so, but when you're delivering that lesson, you are making it just for that child. So you are very much a part of that. Many studies, support, empowerment of teachers through participation of curriculum development. So that we really see a need, of course, to have the teachers' involvement, because you're the ones working one-on-one with the children. So who knows best of what those children need are you. So really have your voice heard, really share your insight with your leadership, so that they can implement the areas that you feel are needed within the curriculum. And so I'm really just trying to empower you to use your great voice to make additions or changes wherever needed, because it's really important that we bring that to light in some environments. And some environments just welcome that and ask for that feedback, and some environments don't. So if you're in an environment that doesn't necessarily ask for as much feedback, I definitely wouldn't not share it. So I definitely would bring it to light as often as possible. Teachers, are a big part of the success of curriculum development, right? So that means implementing the lesson and also the evaluation parts. We can't forget about that. So when you're observing and you're evaluating, does a child, master exactly what I just presented to them? And that's all done through observation, in my experience, for, say, toddler age. Obviously, we wouldn't give them a test like evaluation, but yet kind of see it in more in an observation um, view. Teachers' involvement in the process of curriculum development is important to align content of curriculum with students' needs in the classroom. So again, going back to my point, is when you're sharing insightful information with the leadership of what curriculum additions they could add, it's because you're really talking about the needs of the children in your classroom. And I think it's always important to share that part, and making sure that you have that flexibility within your classroom, because that's best going to support the children's learning when you can align the content to what the child needs and how they learn best, right? So with teachers' input, it brings more insight into what their classroom needs, as all children learn different. So we have to keep voicing that, so we are allowed to have that flexibility. Your role in implementing the curriculum. Well, teachers know that know their students better than anyone involved in the curriculum process. While the state often doesn't necessarily allow you to have so much input, I believe your school will. It's just all about how you communicate that, and you come with facts and knowledge. And so I really empower you to really be that voice, because teachers from multiple grade levels may collaborate to identify skills students need at each level, and ensure that curriculum is really prepared for them, so then they can move on to the next, grade level. So um, again, although these conversations are among the teachers, we got to bring them to the leadership, and we have to let them really understand the benefits. So keep talking about it, and keep empowering, and keep the motivation going, because you as a teacher play a vital role on what the children are learning and how they're learning it. So thank you again for all you do. Thank you for your time today. Um, and I will see you in part 15 of week 4. If you have any questions, please reach out. I did leave my email there. So please reach out if you need me. Okay, till then, bye bye.